All right. Well, we are here joined today with Judy from Motion Dynamics, and I am so thrilled to be able to connect today, Judy. I know that we got to connect at a vendor fair not too long ago, but you have a unique program, and why don't you start out by sharing a little bit about who Judy is and what is Motion Dynamics Dancers all about?
Motion Dynamics is a dance program that I developed. I've been teaching since I was 13 years old. So I've been in the business for a long time, and I have a Bachelor of Science in Dance Education. But what I felt was missing all along was the personal aspect of teaching. That every child, even teenagers, adults, need a mentor as well. So for me, coaching is not just a job. It's growing a being, growing someone who can further this down the road for someone else at some point as well. And I have lots of students who have gone into teaching of some kind or working with disabled children because I instilled that passion in them to reach beyond just what is a plie or what is a tendu. Because those families are important, not just the student themselves, but the entire family. So Motion Dynamics created some online classes that can reach anywhere in the world, actually, to fit into your schedule at any time. Students can repeat the class over and over again if they want, because everyone learns at a different speed. So I thought that was really something important to provide that flexibility and give children up to years of lessons available that they can continue and grow with.
I love that. So you were doing synchronous, like in-person instruction, and then you started to develop more of an asynchronous model where learners can kind of learn at their own pace. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about, is it all virtual online? What does it look like if a family's jumping into the program?
Well, it began, I'm still teaching live classes as well
Okay.
in Northern California, but I had students who would move because their parents were military and they got transferred to another state or another base. They still wanted to dance with me. So I would record the lessons during class so they could continue to learn even though they were, half the country away. But then, of course, COVID hit, and even my local students couldn't study dance any longer. So I created the online classes so that they could continue to feel good about themselves and be growing in the art of dance, even though they're, at home on their computer going to school each day. They still need that physical outlet and that joy in their lives. And that's what I provide for them, is that opportunity to dance no matter where they are.
And you've been doing this for so long, I'm sure that you've developed your own curriculum and the core way that you teach. Can you share a little bit about that? What makes the curriculum that you share, the way that you teach in Motion Dynamics, what makes that unique?
What makes my programs unique is that I am looking at the whole being, not just them from a technical aspect. If they never do a double pirouette, I'm not going to care. But if they leave my class feeling better about themselves and gaining some self-confidence, that's my ball game. And everyone, we have so many children that have challenges now. They deserve to feel good about themselves as well. So if they learn a step that they enjoy, or I show them how it's practical and how to do it safely, whether they're interested in sports or music or theater or mathematics even. Dance covers all those things, and you can really build that confidence in a child or even an adult if you approach it from that standpoint of they're a whole being, not just a dance student paying so much money to take a lesson from you and learn how to do a shuffle step. So,
Mm, yeah. Yeah, great. I love that. And the whole being, for me personally as well, that's such an important piece. For each student's a masterpiece, each student's unique in who they are. And so I think that you're speaking my language with that. So I was curious about with the with Motion Dynamics, you guys are working with a few homeschools. Are you working specifically with independent study charters with homeschool families, or is it a broader reach than that? What's your audience look like?
Currently, there are charter schools that I'm a vendor for. However, it's my program is really open to anyone living anywhere as long as they have internet access. Each of my lessons are sent via video link to your email inbox. So you open that dance class whenever you want to start, whatever day it happens to be. You might dance on Saturday morning, you might dance Thursday night. You might need to do both to really master the material. So it's a really a limitless approach to reaching as many as have that dream of wanting to dance. But through the charter schools, I think that again, it's that developing the focus and the attention and the movement skills that give you that self-confidence. That's what may be lacking in some of the other programs, and that's what I really go after. I tie in games and things that have a practical application to things they might be interested in, whether it is a certain sport or music. They're learning to count, they're learning how to understand music, and how they fit into the performing arts world if they choose to.
I love that. And so that's connecting between disciplines. And can you share a little bit more about, beyond those core dance techniques that you'll see throughout dance studios and dance classes? What are the other skills or benefits, like discipline, creativity, confidence, that you see in the program and the students you teach?
Well, not only is the confidence, I think, really important, but also that development of focus and attention. We can't succeed in this world without being able to shut all the noise out and really focus on what we're trying to accomplish. And I think dance is the best example of that. As a matter of fact, there was a study done once that dance students in college had the highest GPA because if you're performing, you can't let anything else come into your headspace. You have to be in the moment, present with the music. And I think that skill carries over to all sports, including the ability to move forward, backwards, sideways, turning. Motion Dynamics has also a great program that's also through the charter schools called Fitness Dance. And that's for those who want to just have some fun and learn it's a lot of counting and math while you're moving. All these skills that an athlete would need, whether they're in Little League or high school football or whatever they choose to do. They need to have these movement skills, and I'm presenting it in a fun way with music and extra conditioning, especially for those who are overweight or need to feel better about their body image. Fitness dance is a great way to go.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you have a lot of different angles that you're approaching this at. My wife and I ran a community theater for a number of years, and we saw similar results with the confidence, the way that it's the performing arts are transformative when you've got the learners in a program and they're able to really find out that they can express themselves in a way that is multimodal, really getting a chance to share in the arts. So wonderful. Well, Judy, is there any final things that you want to share with the audience? If people wanted to get a hold of you, how do they do that? Tell us how to connect with you and your program.
I think the easiest way to get a hold of me is through my email because I can check it at night after classes and get back to you. But that email address is motiondynamics and the number 1 at att.net. Or you can call my business at 707-449-1715. And you may have questions about where your child would fit in, what level of dance should they go to depending on their age and experience, what some of their challenges are. And then I can, advise you to the best of my ability. Maybe my program isn't for you. I would tell you that. But if I think that your family would benefit from that flexibility of choosing your own dance time and time to learn and having those videos for the future as well, I think that that's such a gift that I can give to you to arrange dance into your own life, in your own lifestyle.
Wonderful. Well, if you need to, if you're looking for performing arts, you're looking for dance, look no further because Judy is here and she's got a great program. So be sure to reach out to Judy there with her email, phone number. We'll link that into the description of our interview here so you can get in contact with her. But Judy, thank you so much for being willing to connect, and best of luck as you move forward in the program.
Well, and let's bring those kids out of the dream and into the dance. And that's my goal. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Judy. Have a great one.